So you have to study for university or school, but you just don't seem to be as fast as your colleagues. While they're skimming through the lectures with such ease, you feel like you need so much more time to understand what for them seems obvious. You sometimes need to read things twice and spend all that extra time redoing your classwork because that's the only way you'll really get that topic. Don't worry, we all are slow learners in some subjects. Some things may come naturally and other things just need more time. Your brain isn't made to be perfect at everything in your academic life. Because think about it, if we would all be perfect at everything, there would be no one who would specialize in a particular subject. We would have no doctors, engineers, scientists, artists, and so on. We would all be the same and our society wouldn't function the way it does now. So doing okay in most subjects but great in one or two particular ones is what makes us special and unique. It's what will help us later decide what we want to spend our lives doing. So, in a way, noticing which subjects come harder for you can be a good thing. But I know it sometimes can be super frustrating and mess with our confidence. And I can tell you from my own experience that once you understand how to deal with being a slow learner, your academic life will get so much better. And I just want to make this disclaimer in the beginning of the video. This video is not at all about the condition of being a slow learner. It's just about being slow in some subjects. So that's what we're going to cover in this video. But there's also the condition of being a slow learner, and I can make a whole separate video about that. But for this video, this is what we're going to cover. So if you're interested in seeing that, then keep on watching. Start studying as early as you can. Being a slow learner sometimes means that you'll have to put in much more work than your professors or your college might think it's necessary. So find out how much you're supposed to study for the subjects you find more difficult and put in a little bit more than that in your schedule. To be able to do that, try starting out not when everyone else starts, like late in the semester or during the exam phase, but as soon as you get the materials from the course. It might seem like starting early is the harder thing to do, like to study when others are partying, when everyone is chill because it's the beginning of the semester or the middle of the semester, but really you're making your life so much easier if you give yourself time in advance. You'll need to prevent cramming before the exams at all costs, because that doesn't really work so well when you're a slow learner. Which actually brings me to my next tip, which is be patient with yourself and give yourself time. I always feel so much better when I know that I have to learn something new and complicated, and I don't have like 2 days to get that, but rather 2 months. And it lifts such a big weight off your shoulders when you feel like you have enough time to learn something. Because studying under pressure often creates blockages, or the tension is just too much for you and you decide you're not gonna make it anyway, so you end up giving up. And be patient with yourself, because you're the only one who understands you. And with time, you're gonna get so much better at knowing how to handle your needs, how much time you need to be able to learn something, how much you need to rest in between, how much free time you can afford, and so on. Feel challenged rather than threatened. So whenever you're encountering a hard topic or a hard problem, try to make it like a game. Think about how cool you're gonna feel when you'll finally get it. Think about how rewarding it's gonna feel when you'll be able to explain it to others. Take it like a challenge you need to complete and prove to yourself that you can do it. That will not only increase your confidence and make you feel good and smart, but it will also make you excited to challenge yourself with the next difficult topics, which in turn will help you get better at that particular subject. Nothing in college or school should feel threatening. It's just material that you need to practice and learn, and it's up to you how difficult to make the process for yourself. Dedicate more time to deepening your understanding of that topic. So usually, switching up between different subjects throughout the day is really key if you want to stay focused for a long period of time. But when you're a slow learner, it's sometimes better to spend a little more time on the difficult subject than you would on the easier ones. Why? Because imagine you start doing some practice material. Say you plan 1 hour for your physics homework, and you're only at question 1 when you encounter a problem that needs clarification, and then question 2 needs rereading the whole material discussed in the lecture. So by the time your study session is up, you will only have done 2 questions and you already have to move to the next subject. And that is counterproductive. We don't want that. So if you have planned to do, say, 1 hour for physics and then 1 hour for biology, but physics goes slower than you thought, change your schedule to 2 hours of physics, then a short 15 to 30 minutes break, and then continue with 1 or 2 hours of biology. That way, you'll allow yourself to deepen your understanding of that subject before rushing to the next one. Try more than one study method. So, as a slow learner in some subjects, I used to get so stuck in a study technique or study method that I thought was the right one, even though it was so obvious that that study method wasn't working for me. But I was so convinced that it was the right way to do it that I couldn't get myself to change it or to try something else. Until a professor showed me how easy it can actually be if I just found the right method for my understanding. So if your notes don't make that topic clear, grab a book on that topic. And if the textbook doesn't satisfy you, try another book. And if that textbook is also hard to understand, search it online, because for sure someone has had the same question you have at some point. Also, comparing notes with your colleagues can help, because one of you might have caught some ideas while the other one has picked up the explanation in another way. And it's always good to look at the same thing from 2 angles. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting this channel. You're amazing. I'm giving you all the strength you need for university right now if you have exams or if you just have so much to study ahead of yourself. I'm here for you, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!